Coach, I'm sure you're happy with a very good, hard-fought win tonight.
Yeah, delighted. To come to Dungannon, second in the league. Flying high, coming off the back of a big win last week. It was always going to be a difficult game, and to pick up 3 points is fantastic. And credit to the players. It was a tough night in many regards. Obviously started very well in the first half. I thought we played some good stuff at times. Really opened Dungannon up with some nice, two-touch football, and deservedly raced into a 2-0 lead. But obviously started the second half, we've conceded a penalty, and rightly or wrongly, we've conceded a penalty, and that's put us on the back foot, to concede so early in the second half. And to be fair, we probably wobbled for 15-20 minutes, and Dungannon go and get the equaliser too. But credit to the players, they dug in. The subs came on as well, steadied the ship, and they really dug in when they had to, got themselves a foothold back in the game, and pushed on to get the winner. And real credit to them. It's a testament to their resilience and their camaraderie amongst themselves, and their will to go and win games of football. And yeah, fantastic result for us, and it keeps us moving in the right direction.
2 goals for Jack tonight. Really good battling performance in midfield.
Yeah, he was excellent. We obviously missed him there for a week or two. He had a wee bit of an issue with his foot, but to get him back in tonight, pitch maybe suited him too. Nice 4G pitch. He's technically a very good footballer, but he also gives you that tenacity and that work rate in the midfield. And like I've said there before, but since we've come in, Jack's been excellent. As of all the players, to be fair, they've all been first class. But Jack's been really, really good. He's really impressed me. He's really impressed Paddy, Marty. In his play and how he's went about it. And yeah, he's been excellent. Took us 2 goals brilliantly tonight, particularly the first one, a fantastic finish. And I'm looking forward to seeing it back.
And another poacher's goal for Davy McDade as well.
Yeah, Davy's been really good for us since we've come in, really led from the front in terms of what we're trying to do, and really bought into it, and been a big voice amongst the players in terms of what we're trying to do. So no credit to him. He's hit the post there tonight as well, and I thought in the first half he was excellent. He was a real thorn in the side. Some of his touches and some of his hold up play and just bringing others into the game was really good. And he took a bit of a bang on his just a bit of a dead leg, and he picked up a yellow card. And just the way the game was going in the second half, where we were maybe on the back foot a wee bit, we probably couldn't afford to have Davy run the risk of picking up a red card, and just we needed maybe a wee bit of freshness in that midfield just to try and lock it down a wee bit. So and that's really why we took him off and replaced him with Reece Marshall. So no, Davy again excellent for us tonight, and yeah, he's brilliant to work with. He's a good player, and he's a good fella.
Obviously, it was good to have Isaac Bird back in midfield tonight after a very long layoff, and as well a bit more minutes in the tank for Sean Colin as well.
Yeah, I thought Sean, when he came on too, was really, really bright. Good footballer, got us on the ball and got it moving for us again. And his work rate out of possession was very good too. So it's nice to get Sean on the pitch. It's difficult. He's obviously come in. Isaac Bird's on the way back, and it's difficult when you're winning games. For players who aren't in the team, because it's difficult to get back into the side. But football's a squad game, and we'll need every single player that we've got available at the minute. At some point between now and the end of the season, and probably sooner rather than later as well, we're going to need everybody. So no credit to those players as well who have come on and they've really made a difference. And it's great to see big Isaac Bird back involved on Tuesday and tonight again. He's obviously been out for a very long time. We need to be careful with him too. We don't want to be rushing him back in, but it was good to get him back in on Tuesday in an Irish Cup game, and then obviously tonight with being a league fixture and that intensity about it, it's good to get him back in, albeit it was only for a handful of minutes. So no, great to have him back, and we just need to manage him and just make sure he's getting the minutes that he needs to get, whether it's with ourselves or with the under-20s, and looking after him and training and making sure he's getting up to speed.
Obviously the first game that you guys were in charge for was here at Dungannon, albeit a Middle Ulster Cup match. What have you noticed different about the squad between that game, when you were sort of thrown in very much last minute at the deep end, and haven't had time to work with them between then and now?
I think that confidence and belief. I think that they believe and that and are confident in their own ability. The change room's filled with good players. There's quality players, and there's probably an element of we haven't lifted the intensity in training. The training's been, there's no secret that we've been doing an extra night, which again, credit to the players, because it's difficult, sometimes when you've been asked to do an extra night, but they've all bought into it. They've all been excellent, and I think that they realise why we're doing it. we're not doing it just for the crack, and just to get out of the house. We're doing it to make them better players and to make us a better team. And so far so good. It's working. The levels in training have been fantastic. The intensity's through the roof. In terms of Monday night's training before the Irish Cup with 23 at training. It's fantastic. So no, it's been really good, and just that confidence in their play, and giving them the freedom just to go and play and attack and try and win games of football. You can tiptoe around games and play for a draw or maybe whatever, but we've come in and really wanted to try and go and win games, and like I say, so far so good. We're just trying to keep this going as long as we can, and again, credit to the players tonight.
So looking forward, obviously next week with a tough home match against Carrick Rangers. Generally speaking, we tend to do relatively well against them, albeit obviously this season with a few games where we haven't really done too well. But what's your thoughts going into that one?
Yeah, another tough game. Every game you play in this league's tough. But I suppose it's up to us now to go away, rest and recover over the weekend. The lads have a well-deserved weekend off, and we'll get them in next week again, and we'll do everything we do as normal. We'll do what we need to do in terms of analysis of opposition and what Carrick are about. But also, we can only really control what we do, so we'll be making sure that we get a good week's training, and really just preparing for another big game. It's a big game, and no easy games in this league, all tough, and it'll be really difficult against a really well-drilled, experienced team. Carrick are filled with experienced players, quality at the top end of the pitch as well, so who can really hurt you. So it'll be a difficult game. But like I say, we can only really look after ourselves and making sure that we're in the best space, physically, mentally, and everything else that goes along with football tactically, to go and try and keep this run going and try and pick up another 3 points. And that's what we're doing. We're just taking each game as it comes, and trying to get as many points as we can between now and the split and see where we are.
And finally, it's been a bit of a difficult time off the pitch around the club for a number of different reasons. Obviously, with losing Adrian, Paddy losing his dad, all of that. The fans have sort of come together quite a bit to rally around both Paddy and the rest of the club as well. Have you seen much of that yourself?
Yeah, it's been tough, the last couple of weeks, and sadly Paddy lost his father last week, unexpectedly, and it was tough. It was really, really tough for him, obviously, and his family, and for us, myself and Marty and Dee and all the other staff. It was really about just trying to keep the wheels turning, for him, and for the players. So it's been difficult, and then obviously Adrian passing away. Sadly, I played here obviously when Adrian was chairman, and he was a brilliant man. Anytime I had dealings with him, he was first class, very professional, gentleman. And I probably didn't have the best time as a player, but at the same, anytime I've seen him since, and even when I was here, he was excellent with me, and a real loss to Glenavon Football Club, and a real loss to Irish League football as well. So yeah, it's been difficult, but to be fair, fans, like you said, have come down here in their numbers tonight. There was a big turnout at Ballymena a couple of weeks ago, but tonight, big turnout, and you could see everybody staying behind at the end there just to kind of show their appreciation of the players, and then the players show their appreciation to them. So no, the more backing we can get, the better. The players feed off it, particularly in these away games when you're coming away and it's tough games and big numbers come out and really back you. It makes a big difference, and credit to them. And that bond between the team and the fans is essential, to any successful team. So hopefully we can continue to build on that.